Why is my truck leaking brake fluid? Brake fluid leaks are one of the most serious issues a truck can develop, not because they create obvious noise or mechanical pain. It's because they silently remove the very thing that keeps you in control of the road. Unlike problems that build up over time, brake fluid leaks can go from mild to dangerous, like in a New York minute. When you drive your truck built for towing, hauling, or daily commuting across the country, across your city, across, from A to B. I mean, this is a very, very big deal. So why is your truck leaking brake fluid, and why does each type of what what does each type of leak mean? We're going to go deep into it. We're going to start figuring it out. So why brake fluid matters more than you think. Most systems in your truck exist to help you run better, last longer, perform more efficiently. Brake fluid is different. It exists solely to keep you safe. Brake fluid is hydraulic. It's the muscle behind your braking system. When you press the brake pedal, the fluid transfers pressure to calipers and wheel cylinders, forcing brake pads or shoes against the rotors and drums to slow the vehicle. If the system loses fluid, it loses pressure. If it loses pressure, you lose stopping power, and the loss can be sudden. Truck owners in areas, in the mountains and stop and go traffic and city where you're coming up to red lights, basically, stopping is such a big deal. It's not even funny. I mean, and you got to realize that your brake system is sealed. You should never see brake fluid. If you do, it means something has failed. So trucks can leak many different kinds of fluids like oil, coolant, which is the same thing as antifreeze, transmission fluid, power steering fluid, differential gear oil, transfer case oil. Identifying brake fluid correctly matters because its presence tells you the system is compromised. Here's how to recognize it. So color, fresh brake fluid is clear to slightly amber. Old brake fluid turns darker, brown, or a light cola color. Brake fluid feels slick, thin, and slightly oil, but not thick like engine oil or gear oil. And you can literally see it under the driver's side wheel, under the wheel covers, near the brake pedal, along the brake lines, under the master cylinder, and near the rear axle seal if your truck has rear drum brakes. And then brake fluid has a slightly chemical, non-sweet odor. Not sweet like coolant, not sulfur like gear oil, not petroleum heavy like motor oil. If you see fluid near the wheels or dripping from the lines, assume it's brake fluid until proven otherwise. That's your most safest bet by far. Modern braking systems are strong, but trucks work harder, carry more weight, and deal with more heat. That means they can experience wear and failure sooner and you're driving it way more aggressively than smaller vehicles. Below, we're going to really get into the causes of brake leaks. So you can have worn brake hoses. Why it leaks? Brake hoses are flexible rubber lines that connect the steel brake lines to the caliper or wheel cylinders. Over time, they suffer from cracking, dry rot, swelling, or rubbing against suspension components. What you'll see is leaks near the wheel, damp or wet rubber lines, a soft or sinking brake pedal. Why trucks experience it more? When the suspension travels, especially in trucks, hoses flex more. More movement equals more wear. So you can have rusted or damaged brake lines. I mean, if your salt is going to get on your brake lines, y'all don't get it cleaned off. There's a million different things could be going on, but you can have dripping fluid along the frame, small pinhole leaks, pedals that slowly sink at stop signs, sudden loss of pressure. A rusted brake line can fail with zero warning. I mean, zero warning. Brake caliper seal failure. Every caliper has internal seals that keeps the fluid in as the piston moves. When the seals age, crack, or become contaminated, they leak. Wetness on the caliper body. is one of the main things that you'll see. Fluid on the inside of the wheel, uneven brake performance, pulling to one side, and truck specific towing, heavy hauling, and repeated heat cycles accelerate caliper wear. So wheel cylinders leaking, which is drum if you have drum brakes. Trucks, many, including many Tacoma, Frontier, F-150, Ram, Silverado, and older models still use rear drum brakes. What you'll see, brake fluid inside the drum, wetness on the backing plate, poor rear braking, a pedal that suddenly travels further. A wheel cylinder leak can quickly reduce the braking because the hydraulic pressure escapes the drum. And then, of course, you've got the master cylinder. I mean, when it fails, and we're now having, any part of the brake system fails, you're not having fun. But the master cylinder is the heart of the brake system. If it leaks internally or externally, the entire system loses pressure, which makes when your rear seal leaks on a master cylinder and it leaks into your brake booster, you don't see it. So that's a scary part. You're not even going to see the leak until the brake booster fills up. Be very, very aware of that one. You got the external leak systems, fluid under the brake pedal, fluid dripping under the firewall, low brake fluid reservoir, an internal leak. Brake pedal sinks, slowly sinks, reduced stopping power, warning lights. A failing master cylinder is not a small issue. It affects the entire truck. And then you got looser damaged fittings. You'll see a wet bolt or fitting, a small drip under one corner, pressure loss after recent brake work. This is common after brake jobs if the fittings weren't tightened like they were supposed to be. And then you've got damaged ABS hydraulic pumps or modules. Modern trucks rely heavily on anti-lock brake systems. The ABS anti-lock brake system pump pressurizes fluid at high force, meaning small faults turn into leaks quickly. You got the warning signs. You got the brake warning light, ABS light, fluid around the ABS module, soft pedal. If the ABS unit leaks, the safety system becomes compromised. And then you can have a faulty brake booster or a booster seal. While the booster itself doesn't use brake fluid, leaks from the master cylinder can enter the booster housing. And that's wetness between the booster and the master. It doesn't have to show there. Soft pedal, hiss or vacuum issues. This is often missed because the fluid can collect inside the booster. Overheated brakes cause seal breakdown. Truck brakes face high levels when towing, descending hills, or driving in stop-and-go traffic. High heat breaks down seals faster, and broken seals cause leaks. Heat-related symptoms are a burning smell near the wheels, fluid wetness on caliper pistons, brake fade. And then, you've got the warning signs of your brake fluid. You got softer, squishy brake fluid. You got a softer, squishy brake pedal, brake light or ABS light, fluid on ground, needing to top off brake fluid, truck pulling when braking, increased stopping distance, visible wetness on brake parts. And just realize that trucks carry more weight, trucks tow and haul, trucks experience more suspension travel, trucks often drive longer distances, trucks rely on larger components. And can you still drive with a brake fluid leak? No. The answer is just no. I mean, why in the heck would you even consider driving with a brake fluid leak? It's not okay. It's not nice. It's not safe. And the sooner that we can actually figure that out, the better everything's going to be. So I'm going to beg of you. I'm going to truly, truly beg of you. First sign of any brake problems, first sign of any problems, period, but especially brake problems. Get into your local automotive repair shop, have fun with it, get a trusted repair shop, build a relationship, and know that it costs money to take care of your car, truck, or any vehicle you're driving. Stay safe, stay strong.